Not so long ago, a very peculiar couple lived alone in their cottage deep in the English countryside. The husband was generally considered to be the laziest man in the area, and most days you'd be sure to find him dozing off in his rocking chair. No wonder his wife was always angry and complaining about all the work he left piling up day after day.
Hey, you lazy good-for-nothing! Don't you think it's time you got to work?
Oh, my. What's the hurry anyway?
What's the hurry? You've been saying that for years. And just what is that supposed to mean?
Just alone so I can wet my whistle before I get started.
Why, you lazy good-for-nothing loafer.
You're always doing that.
You lazy man, you!
Oh, my goodness. Have you ever seen such an odd pair? It seems like they've been quarreling over the same thing for I don't know how many years. What a racket.
And stay out!
Oh, thrown out of my own house again. Who does she think she is, anyway?
This must have been the 100th, no, 1,000th time he'd been thrown out by his wife. But each time he'd always been able to come back with some good excuse for her to take him back. But today, try as he could, he just couldn't think of a good enough reason for her to let him back. He just had to come up with a good one, and he was lost in thought as he wandered deeper and deeper into the forest, until...
Hello there. Hello.
Huh?
Oh, please, won't you help me? Over here. Won't you help me, please?
Where are you? I still can't see you.
Down here, at the foot of the tree.
The husband bent way over to try to find where the wee voice was coming from.
What have we here?
He couldn't believe his eyes. There sat a tiny little princess wearing a gown of spun gold and riding on a miniature coach pulled by 4 tiny ponies.
Oh, please, kind sir. My coach is bogged down in this puddle. Won't you help us out? Perhaps you can lift us out of here.
I'm sorry, little lady, but as you can see, I'm not getting any younger, and I do hate so to lift the heavy things.
But this is such a small little coach. I'm sure it wouldn't strain you. Won't you at least try?
Well, you may be right. Just this once.
And so the lazy husband reached down and plucked the coach and horses from the mud and set them down gently on dry land.
Oh, thank you. You've been so kind. I want to give you something in payment. By the way, are you married?
I certainly am. My wife has the worst temper in the country, and nothing I do ever pleases her.
Oh, how terrible. You must be very unhappy. If you like, I'd be happy to go back and take care of your house for you.
Oh, no, I don't think my wife would go for that at all. But thank you anyway.
Well, in that case, I've decided to grant your wife 3 wishes that I'll make come true.
You're going to give 3 wishes to my wife?
That's right. But remember, 3 wishes only.
And with that, the wee little princess disappeared into the sky. The lazy husband couldn't believe his eyes. He rushed home as quickly as he could and told his wife what had happened.
You've gone too far this time. Do you expect me to believe a crazy story like that?
But this time it's true. It really happened. You've got to believe me.
I know you too well. You fell asleep in the forest again, and you're just trying to cover up.
Oh, no. It really happened.
That's enough. I've got more important things to worry about, like what we're going to have for dinner, for instance. Oh, if we could just afford some delicious sausages.
No sooner than the words were out of her mouth, their dining table was covered with sausages.
Huh?
The wife was surprised almost out of her shoes, and her husband couldn't believe his eyes.
Hey, these sausages are real. Well, do you still think I made up that story?
Well, they still had 2 wishes left, and they sat down to think of what to ask for.
Say, why don't we wish that we were the King and Queen of England?
Ah, Her Royal Highness. No, that won't do. We've already used 1 wish. And for me to become queen and you to become king, that might count as 2. That makes 3, and we wouldn't be able to wish for our own castle, now would we?
Say, I wondered if we'd be able to go back in time and recover our youth.
Huh?
Oh, to be young again. Ah! We'd end up like this again.
We wouldn't have ended up like this if you'd have ambition and gotten a decent job.
Who, me?
Yes, you. And if we go back to our youth, you're going to get a full-time, decent, well-paying job. Do you understand?
What? Why, I can't do that. Let's forget that idea. There must be a better wish.
The wife couldn't believe how lazy he was and flew into a rage.
Why, you lazy good-for-nothing. I don't know what I ever saw in you. I could have married any boy in town, and I had to choose you. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I'm not going to put up with your laziness anymore. I wish you'd put these sausages on that long snoot of yours and get out of this house. Get out! Uh-oh.
It was too late. She'd already made her wish.
Oh, leave me alone. Stay away. Oh, my gosh. Oh, help me. Oh, help. Oh, help me. I can't take this. Oh.
The wife's second wish had come true. The sausages were stuck fast to her husband's nose, and try as he might, he couldn't pull them off.
Oh, no. Now you've done it. How in the world am I ever going to get these sausages off my nose?
They pulled with all of their might, but the sausages were stuck fast. What were they to do?
Well, to tell the truth, you don't look all that bad with these stuck on your nose. Why don't you try to live with them? Maybe you'll get used to them.
What? You must be joking. Hurry and use another wish to get these sausages off.
Oh, no, you don't. You know as well as I do that if I wish these off, we'll be out of wishes.
Well, there you go again, only thinking of yourself.
Well, all I know is that if you weren't always so lazy, we never would have gotten into this.
Well, that does it.
Well, they yelled and they screamed long into the night, but neither one of those 2 hardheads would give in. Have you ever seen such nonsense? At last, when they could quarrel no more, they fell sound asleep. Well, the smell of those delicious sausages was too much for the mice to resist. In no time at all, those mice had hoisted the sausages on their shoulders and were off to hide them in their burrow. But when they began to nibble on their treasure, oh my goodness!
Yeah! Oh, no. Oh! Stop! Oh, help me! Oh! Help! Oh, my! Oh!
When the wife saw what was happening to her husband, all thoughts of the evening's quarrel disappeared and she ran to help him.
Oh! Oh!
That's enough. I don't care. Please take these sausages away. Take these sausages away. Hurry.
Stop! No! Huh? Oh!
Are you all right?
Yes!
And that was their third and final wish. All they had to show for their 3 wishes was the sausage the mice had left. But wait a second.
I'm sorry. It's all my fault that we lost our wishes, dear.
No, Oh, I was too selfish, darling.
No, I've learned my lesson. I promise to work harder so that we can both have an easier life, dear.
Really?
Uh-huh. I promise to be a good husband.
Oh, darling.
And so it was that they began their second honeymoon. And from that day forth, they worked cheerfully side by side and became famous throughout the land for their happiness together. Wasn't that a wonderful gift that the little princess gave them?